Change is not an event, it's a process. Thank you, Pastor A.R. Bernard, for those wonderful words of wisdom. And what I've been finding in my experience is that the process to getting to the process of change, well, that's a process in itself. So I just want to share a few tips as I'm navigating through my process to the process of change that could be helpful to you along the way. Number one is recognizing even that something needs to change. All right, now that's a big deal. And they say that that's like the biggest task. Once you recognize that something needs to change, they say that's the hardest part, because there's a lot of people that don't even recognize something needs to change. They're comfortable just the way they are. So if you recognize there's something in your life that you want to change, you should applaud yourself and celebrate yourself, because that's half the battle. Number two, you want to set achievable and realistic goals, realistic expectations for yourself. Sometimes we have, not to say that you can't do it, but sometimes we have this expectation that I've been smoking weed for 20 years and now today I've made up my mind that I'm going to stop smoking and that's it. I'm going cold turkey and I'll never smoke weed again. Hey, if you can do that, kudos to you. My process for stopping weed did not look like that. It looked like me starting with, instead of smoking 4 joints a day, I went down to 2. And then from there, I went to 1. And then from there, I went to every other day I smoked. And then from there, I took 1 week off. And then from there, I took a month off. And then I went back for a month and I smoked my brains out the whole month. And then the next month, I stopped again. So, it was just a very long process. And now, I'm a year sober. Oh. Anyway, so you have to set realistic goals and expectations. To just think that you're going to cold turkey stop, you could really be setting yourself up for failure. That's my thoughts. Thirdly, I want to say encourage yourself along the way instead of beating yourself up. If you have an employer and you're learning how to do something on the job, and every time you mess up or every time you don't get it right, they're like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you get it? Didn't I tell you that already? How many times do I have to keep telling you the same thing? When are you going to learn? You didn't learn yet? Oh, you haven't gotten it? That's going to definitely lower your morale. It's going to lower your self-esteem. It's going to cause you to go into depression. You're going to feel miserable. It's going to be harder for you to be successful that way. They say you get much more with honey than you do with vinegar. So let's be gentle with ourselves. Encourage yourself. Like, come on, you got this. You're doing it. You can do it. You got this. You're going to fall down. That's number 4. Recognize that you are going to fall down. You're going to have failures. You're going to have shortcomings. Just keep getting back up. No matter how many times you fall, just keep getting back up. And don't beat up on yourself for falling. You hold yourself accountable, but beating yourself in the ground is not going to be as productive as encouraging yourself to keep going and to do better. Number 6, I would say it is helpful to have accountability partners, somebody other than yourself that knows what your goals are, someone that you respect and you look up to that's going to gently encourage you to keep going, not somebody that's going to slice you down every time they get the chance or say, didn't you say this was your goal? How come you didn't meet your goal? But someone that can hold you accountable, be tough with you when needed, and encourage you along the way. Okay? So those are just a few tips. Remember that change is not an event, it's a process. And the process to the process is a process. So happy processing. Many blessings.